lead after 7. And almost as Canigliaro walks off the mat, he has a little bit of blood on that right side of his eye, a little bit of battle injury there. 184, Aaron Ayzerov for Colombia, the EIWA Wrestler of the Week, with a 2-0 weekend last weekend for Colombia, taking on Luke Rada. Ayzerov was also featured in RPI. He was the highest ranked wrestler for the Lions, clocking in at number 10, but Rada trying to get around for the takedown. He's got that right leg, but Ayzerov meeting him there, sitting up and out of bounds. Is Ayzerov, the Paramus, New Jersey product out of Paramus High School. 11-10 on the year, 5 dual wins. Second team All-Ivy last season, looking to capitalize again on a really productive season this year that includes a ranked win over number 7, Chris Foca of Cornell, just weeks ago. And of course had a pin over in their last time out against Bucknell over Marky Bartish. Ayzerov working on Rada. Rada bent over. Rada. Ayzerov again, up to resets again. Didn't like that fast tempo, trying to slow it a little bit down now with Rada. So it'll be Rada instead of Leo Tarantino, who was the captain. That's the 3 captains back-to-back from 165 to 184 that usually features the Crimson lineup, who has also competed at Blair Academy, New Jersey. As Ayzerov on a little upside down, and Rada working on that left leg, and Azerov's hand trying to keep his left foot rather in bounds. And now Ayzerov out of bounds, who went up 3 spots to number 26 in the Intermat rankings this week. Ayzerov, in the coaches poll from the NCAA, clocked in as well at number 21. So somebody consistently ranked in the coaches and RPI who could be earning an at-large bid and maybe even an automatic bid, depending on how he does at the EIWA. Ayzerov in on that right leg. Pogo. Rada was on the knee. Ayzerov wheelbarrowing him in, and he gets a 3-point takedown for Aaron. At 184, it's a 3-0 lead with running time in his favor with a minute to go in the first period. Ayzerov. That left knee on the mat. Running time at 20 seconds, swivels around and centers on top of Luke Rada. Ayzerov breaking free of Rada, bringing him in over 30 seconds of running time. See if Rada gets hit with stalling potentially. Rada adjusting his arms underneath. 30 seconds to go, leads by 3. Is Ayzerov. Ayzerov working underneath that right arm, that right lat area of Rada. Ayzerov with Rada trying to see if he can use some momentum, but Ayzerov able to just anchor and deep on top of him. Under 10 seconds to go in the first period. Ayzerov trying to break free. The ref almost blowing the whistle, maybe for stalling, but that will halt the end of the first period. 3-0 lead for Aaron Ayzerov for Colombia, leading Luke Rada. And take a look again, Ayzerov, the leg shot. He was in the wheelbarrow, that right leg of Rada, and able to just get the takedown. And now to start the second period, Ayzerov on the bottom, breaking free, trying to get away from Rada, and Rada able to get up as Ayzerov and pushed out of bounds, but a 4-0 lead for the Lions at 184. Ayzerov on the right, Rada on the left. Ayzerov rolling that left wrist of Rada. Rada trying to break free, and we stop. It looks like Rada just adjusting himself there. Ayzerov in the right. Ayzerov locked up, thinks about the right leg shot. Rada defends it. Now Rada has Ayzerov almost in a little bit of a pogo, falls almost on that right leg. Harvard, Colombia trying to get the takedown. Is Ayzerov trying to get around on top? He does. 3-point takedown. Ayzerov, 7-0 lead for the Lions. Running time over 1:10 with 1:20 to go in the second period. Colombia looking for a win at 184. Looking for the first win since 165. That pin from Kyle Mosher over Kim of Harvard. Ayzerov over a minute. Stalling gets hit is Luke Rada. Ayzerov with Rada, who was not moving. Ayzerov towing with that right leg, now digging again, readjusting on that left leg of Rada. 48 seconds to go, 1 minute 42. Running time in favor of Ayzerov, and that's going to keep increasing. Ayzerov, Rada trying to get free, trying to use that right leg around, moves, and Ayzerov is there and meets him there with 35 seconds to go. And Ayzerov still leading 7-0. Ayzerov with Rada's arms that were almost in the air, and Ayzerov able to just keep him down. And Stalling this time against Ayzerov. Ayzerov looks over at his bench, gives them a look, and resets himself as he gets on top with Rada on the bottom. 22 seconds to go in the second period. Aaron Ayzerov, that right leg extended, the left knee bent. Caution against Rada. Went a little too quickly. Ayzerov getting set, stretching out his legs, bends down and gets set with his arms wrapped around Rada and brings him down again. That's where Ayzerov will start this set. Ayzerov working again on that right leg, that right arm now readjusting himself, trying to see if he can maybe even flip Rada, but Rada not allowing that to happen with 3 seconds, 2 and 1. And that's how the second period concludes. Running time hovering near 2.5 minutes for Aaron Ayzerov. And Aaron Ayzerov for Columbia leading 7-0 to start the final period. He's on the right. There'll be a neutral. Luke Rada for Harvard on the left. Ayzerov again locks up his left arm, that right tricep underneath the shoulder of Rada. Ayzerov locked up again, thinks about rolling that wrist. Decides against it. Locked up again, upper body. Rada. Ayzerov diving for those left legs again. That's been the problem for Rada. Ayzerov with his leg exposure. Ayzerov's been able to use that to his advantage, and he is around him, trying to bring him down, and he gets a 3-point takedown. It's a 10-0 lead for Aaron Ayzerov, and it is in that major decision category. Should it hold? And a 1-point escape for Rada. 10-1. But Ayzerov still owns 2:40 of running time with 1:10 to go. That is locked up for Ayzerov. Ayzerov again on the backpacking 3-point takedown. Aaron Ayzerov, 13-1 advantage of Rada. And Rada gets a 1-point escape, 13-2. With 1 minute to go in the final period. Ayzerov looking for the major decision. And they're pushed out of bounds and they'll reset. Ayzerov looking to keep up his momentum, looking to go 3-0 heading into Brown later this weekend. Rada, Ayzerov scrambles away. 45 seconds left. Ayzerov again diving for that same leg. Routine for Ayzerov. Diving, gets the 3-point takedown, 16-2. Aaron Ayzerov definitely securing the bonus points for the Lions. Columbia wants Stalling against Rada. And we do get Stalling against Rada. That's the 1 point for Ayzerov, and with the running time locked up, it's a tech fall for Aaron Ayzerov. 2 pins and a tech fall for the Lions, who lead over Harvard after 8 bouts. 197 coming up next. You're watching Ivy League Wrestling on ESPN.